Dear friends, you need to understand what is Vastu. People say in other country Feng Shui, that particularly the China, the word is marketed very well. Feng Shui, if you go any country, Singapore, Thailand, Japan, Hong Kong, Malaysia, those countries they talk most about Feng Shui. The Feng Shui is nothing but Vastu. But in that difference is that they work after the building construction. They work after they face the problems. But our Indian traditional Vastu, which is even it works better way before you start any construction. That's a major difference. After construction is done also, Indian Vastu gives the solutions. So here you need to understand the simple definition. Vastu creates very good harmony between the people and nature. What nature has a five elements. Nature has a five elements. And any building has a five elements, Panchabhutas. And a person has a five elements. Every person has a five elements, Panchabhutas. This between harmony between the nature and building and person sync together, live together is important. To maintain that harmony, only the science Vastu can do that. And what the five elements: space, water, air, fire, earth. These are the five elements around you and inside you. Inside in the body of five elements, outside in the house is the five elements, outside of your house the nature is the five elements. All together synchronized best, then you will have the best life, happy living. That Vastu science makes comfortable to live with using of five elements. How to make it? The simple sentence: balancing of five elements in net usable area, that is Vastu. Balancing of five elements in net usable area, that is Vastu. Another thing, right activities in right place. What are you doing right place in the right activity or not? That is another important. These two activities, two principles used for in the Vastu. Right activities in right place, right activities in right place, balancing of five elements in net usable area. These are the two important things in Vastu science. When it is a Vastu is there, Vastu is not from the 30 years or 40 years, is not from the internet, is not from the books and the market. It is from the Veda Kalas. The people who, the first person who took a birth on the earth, he lived as in the nature by coordinating, by understanding the nature. He understand what is the science, how to live with nature. That is, they started a Vastu. So, but is reported in the recorded in the books. There are we follow Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, and Atharvaveda. You take a Rigveda, it talks about medicine. Yajurveda talks about Dhanurveda. Samaveda talks about the Gandharva, knowledge of arts and music. And Atharvaveda talks about Stapatya Veda and Arthashastra. Arthashastra, how to administrate and governance and economy and political. And the same Stapatya Veda talks about how to construct the building, how to stay in the building, how to use the place, land, or building. That is reported in the Atharva Veda. It is not from the books available in the market. I want to take a minute to talk about who has brought this Vastu into the globe. That's called God Brahma. Lord Brahma gave to that Garga. Garga gave to the Parashara. Parashara to Bhardarda. This Bhardarda, he taught everything he teach to Vishwakarma. He spread that Vastu across the globe. Then there are the Maharishis in our Vastu, in our Indian culture. There are the 19 Rishis. They use these principles in their deliver of lectures, their discourses, their speeches, their books. Bhrigu, Atri, Vasishta, Vishwakarma, Maya, Naradas, like 19 Rishis use, they call founders of Vastu in our globe. And people ask me, what is the evidence of Vastu? Is the Vastu is there? I am showing evidence. If you take a Matsya Purana, people follow the Purana in their pujas and whatever the religion, whatever the community, whatever situation, we follow our beliefs. Those beliefs comes from the Puranas. If you take a Matsya Purana, Chapter number 252, it explains Om Vastu, 81 parts of Vastu. Skanda Purana, it talks about Maheshwara. Take a Skanda Purana, there is a two Kandas, Maheshwara Kanda, Vaishnava Kanda. They talks about how to construct the towns and temple construction. Garuda Purana talks about King's Palace. Agni Purana talks about in 13th chapter vast homes and reservoirs. And the Bhavishya Purana talks about in the 3rd chapter vast introduction. So Agama Shastras, these are the books explained about Vastu in ancient days in the our ancient mythological time. Now, what are the references available at this moment? Like, based on available books, Samarangana Sutradhara, Manasara, Vishwakarma, Prakashika, Maya Vastu. These are some books are available which are written hundreds years back. People are following these books, copied and added some value to the books, and they written hundreds of books where we are misguided by some of the books and internet. You don't search about Vastu in internet. If you have any health issues, you go and meet the doctor. You don't search internet or don't go to the medical shop, buy the medicine. You seek your advice of your doctor. Similarly, Vastu is a very important. It is reported very well in the across all Puranas and Agama Shastras. It is only you need to meet expert to understand Vastu. You don't Google it. You don't read the books to apply yourself. Then you are misguided or misleaded by the things. Then anything goes wrong, you feel that this is my fate. You feel that I followed everything Vastu, only my fate is not good. Please, fate always good. How to use, how to accept the situation, that is important in that. If you take the Puranas, Vedas, Smritis, Darshan Shastra, in the Itihasas, Gitas, wherever you take, Vastu reported very well in Vedangas. In the Vedangas, Jyotisha is the top one Vedanga. The Jyotisha, it has 5 parts: Siddhanta, Shakuna, Prashna, Hora, and Samhita. The Jyotisha is not a small science, very, very big science. In that 5th part is the Samhita. Samhita has 6 divisions. In the one of the division is Vastu. Vastu is again a very big science, where is the underground Vastu and construction Vastu. In underground, in the construction Vastu, temple is separate, sculpture is different, building is different. If you take the buildings, again, the business buildings are different from the residential building. If you go to the residential business building, it may be commercial, industrial, corporate. Again, the difference. You need to understand it's not a simple science to use yourself from the data from what you get from the market. Now I can take a minute again to talk about, is the science Vastu? Many people talk. Vastu is not science, it's a pseudoscience or myth or something, people talk about that. But any science, it may be medicine, it may be computers, it may be engineering, it may be industrial. Any science has 5 qualities, then only it's called science. First, rational, practicable, permanent, and principled and universal. These are the 5 qualities should be there for any science. It's called science. Vastu is a science apply these 5 principles. It's a rational, it's a systematic study, it's a practicable, you can practice across the globe. It is a permanent. If you use the Vastu principle for your new building, you will get very permanent solution, no doubt at all. It is a principled, it's a governed by principles. It's not just like what you believe, what you follow. Vastu is based on the ancient science and the ancient scientific principles we applied present requirement. That is a Vastu. And it is a being universal. It is not India. It applied more than 90 to 100 countries, but they use for their based on their climatology, their environment, their hemispheres, and their culture. They apply along with those things they Vastu. If you go to the Australia, New Zealand, and other part of hemisphere, northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere, what we do, one example, we sleep at our head at south is the best we feel. But if you go to the New Zealand and Australia, Brazil, you need to sleep at your head at north. That is a difference, only the difference, other things are fine. Because our sun moves southern side, that side sun moves towards northern side to west. Our sun moves to eastern side to west. That is the difference when you sleep. Otherwise, everything is same. Then people talk about Vastu. What is the Vastu? What is the energies? People talk about a lot of energy points, energies, and say, I tell a very small story. There is 100 stories about Vastu. I can tell one significant story, which is reported in the Agni Purana. There is a war between Andakasura and between Lord Shiva. During the war between these two people, the sweat of the Lord Shiva has fallen the earth battleground. That whatever the sweat fallen, from the sweat of the Lord Shiva, it created very big demand, very big demand. It's a roaring demand, and it is everybody's feared about that. Everybody run towards Brahma. Why everybody runs toward Brahma? The Brahma is responsible for the creation. Any creation without Brahman will not happen. So everybody run to the Brahma, ask them, what is this creation? We are fearing about, afraid about this creation. So then he realized that, then ask all the people in the meeting at the time of the meeting. It is called Vastu Purusha. We need to hold him properly, put on the earth. When we hold, I'll take a center part of him, and rest of you people take your energies, put him on across his body, put on the whole, put on the earth. If we put on the earth, and people on the earth may have the problem, so we can control with our energies of this Vastu Purusha. It should not impact on the persons who stays the buildings, who stays the house, who are in the earth. The way the energies of divine energies are occupied by the Vastu Purusha. For that, what they done, there are the 20 people there, 20 divine powers. They stand 10 people one side and 10 people other side. You imagine there is a 10 lines across that. 10 by 10, it gives 81 boxes, 81 parts. 10 by 10 gives 81 parts. These 81 parts distributed among all divine powers or gods are there in the meeting. Then when they divided, they decided to make 4 circuit levels, energy levels. The center, 9 modules Brahma has taken. Second module, 16 modules, 4 people are taken. The way third module 24, fourth module 32. There is a 4 cycles are there. The 4 centric cycles occupied by the 45 goddess and 95 divisions. Based on the energy levels they occupied. This can be fit into your house. Then whatever the problems or best things comes from these energies. That's the reason we do perform the puja, Vastu Puja, when you start house construction, when you do house warming, anything construct, you start take a permission from the earth. That is Vastu Purusha, you do the puja. When you house warming, you do that, you take a permission from the Vastu Purusha that I am using this house, please bless us. When you take a puja, perform the puja with mantras, that mantras create positive energy to house. Then you feel that residence you can stay. That energy is based on this energy modules, it will come to your house or building. These are the devatas are occupied by the Vastu Purusha. These are the energies any building are occupied by the Vastu Purusha. The color significance is different. This color significance is different. The color indicates that energy levels. Then I want to take another minute on this. Barmasthanas, very sensitive points in Vastu Purusha. Like you feel that Vastu Purusha nothing but a human body. Feel that is a human body. It occupied your house, office, industry. You covered totally your industry, keeping as it is head at northeast. He covered your complete building. Then you feel that there is a sensitive body organs in your body, which is located in this body parts that called very sensitive points. That's also called marmasthanas. When how to find the marmasthanas, we take lines, 3 lines, vertical and horizontal. Then where the lines are crossing, the point called marmasthanas. If you have any problem, particular body health problem, particular body part, it may be reason of your house vastu. There is a weight, there is a pillar, there is something else damaged in your house, that body part will affect you. For example, northeast head is there. There is a, people say that don't put heavy weight. Heavy weight is not a criteria. That nailing into the northeast with a very pillar, or if it is sofa leg has a very like edge is there that is touching in the very with weight on the northeast, particular the part of the head of the Vastu Purusha, then you have a lot of issues in your family. You are not comfortable. Your other health related issues and wealth related issues comes because you don't take a decision nice way that affect on your mind and mindset. That's similarly, if you have any problem in your heart, there is an effect on your. One more thing, left side of the Vastu Purusha belongs to men, and right side of the Vastu Purusha belongs to female. If you have any problem with your female health, there is a, your southeast part of the building has a problem. Where male health is their problem, there is a northwest part of the building, there is a problem. It may be related to your fate, your birth chart, or your time, everything, but this can be also one part of in reason to have any health issues. This is the Vastu introduction. And I take another minute. What is the five elements? I was telling about the five elements balance theory. How to, what is the five elements? What are the five elements? What are the five elements? When you elements are Panchabhutas, water, wood, water, air, fire, earth, space. Jal Tattva, Vai Tattva, Agni Tattva, Bhutatva, Akash Tattva. These are the five tattvas there in the across the globe: nature, house, and body. Out it creates a water creates air. If you burn the water, if you warm the water, it creates a vapor, that is air. The air has oxygen, it get a fire. Air gives a fire. Fire, once it fire is done, you left with a ash, that is earth. Earth gives a powder dust that goes to space, that is a space. Space has a clouds and solid water that come back to the as a form of water, that space gives the water. Water gives the air, air gives the fire, fire gives the earth, earth gives the space. This called create cycle of creation. How your nature is created this way. It has to balance. How to balance? For example, water is excess, then you put some dams, you put some mitti, or you took earth there to control the water. Earth controls the water. If there is a too much fire, immediately pour the water controls the fire. There is a space is there. If there is a space, you put a fire, you burn, then that space get a burnt out. If you air controlled by the space. Similarly, earth controlled by air. Each and every element has a four connections with the four other elements. One element is a created by, creates to, controlled by, controlled to. So each and every element balanced by other four elements. That they called controlling. I take example. Each and every element has a different significance of colors. Each color has a lot of significance in your building, house, office. I take an example of one kitchen, one pantry in office, kitchen in our house. In the kitchen, it comes into the southeast. Majority come in the southeast area. Kitchen comes into the southeast area in the majority of times. Then what happened? You have any black color, blue color in the kitchen. Any black color, blue color in the kitchen. Maybe wardrobes, maybe paint, maybe anything in the blue color in the kitchen. The kitchen come into the fire area, that is the southeast. I'm taking example. The blue color represents water. The blue color represents water. Okay. When the blue color represents water, the water you are putting on the fire. So you are reducing the impact of the fire. That reducing the fire level in your house. The element of the fire is reducing. What happens? Fire reduces. Fire gives a wealth. You see here, fire gives wealth. Fire gives the money. How it gives? Whatever you have the money, it teaches you how to invest the money, how to recover the money. That gives southeast. That gives southeast fire. If you put a blue color in your kitchen or blue chair in the southeast in pantry in your office, you are the problem. First problem, your investment will never get appreciation, or You give to money someone else, he will not give back. Or in your office, southeast is damaged, what happened? Your client will not pay money back. He will ask regular credits. You are unable to ask him, or you will escape from you or abscond from you, he will not pay you back. Or your friend comes to your house, he asks the money, you know that he is your friend or relative, without even background checking, you give the money, then he will never give you back. Your money was holding with someone else. That when southeast is damaged. Similarly, each and every direction has a like color impact, elemental impact, that is called balancing of 5 elements. I know how to balance the particular area to recover the money, to get back out, to get out of the problems. That what we do in the Vastu. When you do design your business card, logo, lot of science involved in the colors. Each and every logo, it has a big story. You know that golden rule when you design the logo. Also, you need to know colors. The color is having it effect on your subconscious mind that takes a decision. You want to sell your product. The client, who is your client, is important. When you think about your client area, then you think about their behavior, their expectation, then you design your logo or your color background of your business. Then surely you will reach your business targets the way the logos are designed. Now I am going to take a what exactly directions talks about. People say north, northeast, east, southeast, and southwest, all these things. But our Puranas and the old days books very nicely explained. It is 16 attributes supposed to be fulfilled in our house, office, buildings, any building. When your 8 directions you are showing here, how to accommodate 16 attributes. For that, they explain in the slokas very nicely. Who understand the slokas in world sciences, they can understand real science of Vastu. For that, we need to know that there are 16 directions as per 16 attributes. How to know? I am giving just information how to find 16 directions. I am taking, for example, east as a top because I know my friends here in the group, architects and designers, they always keep north top in the design the anything. But for information of layman, I am just explaining east. I am taking as a top. East means, you know, if you take a right corner, southeast, southwest, northeast, northeast, always you feel that east is there, you know what are the directions. It is nice semi-square. It is a completely square. If it is a rectangle also, you say always southeast, southwest, northwest, northeast. The rectangle is a say horizontal rectangle. If you see the vertical rectangle, even both rectangle you consider corners are the southeast. My friends calls from the different part of globe. Oh, my office is northeast. See, if you see a square, you say the corner is southeast. It is the horizontal rectangle. You say the corner is southeast. It is a vertical rectangle. You say the south is the corner. How you can justify? It is not. You need to see your whatever the rectangle. You need to consider from the center equally to find where is the southeast, where is the northeast, where is the southwest or northwest. It is very difficult a common man to understand. It has to understand by only the professionalist to find the directions. I'll take you through a few more slides to realize are we right doing or not in the finding directions. I'm taking one explaining how to find a 16 directions. How to find a 16 directions. I tell you know, we all know that east is 90 degrees. We all know east, sun is in east. Majority of people know that sun never be 90 degrees always. You won't stay because sun, as for the science, sun stays same place. Our earth is rotates. When earth is rotates, it rotates little bit cross. That we learned from your physics in the school days. Now how to apply here? When you feel that you are static, you are not, earth is not static, dynamic, always moves, but you are along with the moving earth. So How to find the directions here to understand 16 parts. Earth is 90 degrees, the sun is in 90 degrees, sun is in 90 degrees yearly twice. Yearly only twice is in the 90 degrees, September and June. Dates you know that equal day is always in 90 degrees. What sun does? Sun moves 3 months into right side, then it takes come back in 3 months. 6 months he will be the right part of the earth. That we call Dakshinayana, southern part. The sun moves in the same thing, left side, northern side. 3 months will go and he will come back in 3 months. That is called Uttarayana. You people know that Uttarayana and Dakshinayana. What happened when sun moves left or right? Left or right? He moves 11.25 degrees left, 11.25 degrees right. We don't say how much east by the measurement. We need to say what is the east by the degrees from the center of the house. The sun moves 11.25 degrees right, 11.25 degrees right. That shadow fall into that from the center of the house, that is called east. Total 22.5 degrees. This is the 22.5 degrees is called east from the center of house. If north is exactly 0 degrees, if north exactly 0 degrees, that east is yours east. Exactly 22.5 degrees from the center. If you consider degrees, you don't worry, rectangular vertical size of the building, it exactly takes equal part of the house from the center. If you take the center, math says that center 0 is the 360 degrees. 360 degrees divided into the 22.5, it is comes 16. That is the 16 directions comes from this mathematics. This is the way 16 directions comes into existence. 360 degrees divided by 22.5 degrees, which sun moves left and right together. 22.5 divide to 360 degrees, it gives us 16 parts. It's called 16 degrees. Now I can take again a few seconds. If your house or office industry is exactly 90 degrees or exactly 0 degrees, you don't have problem. But it is a rectangular, vertical rectangle or horizontal rectangle, that area is completely changes. Not only the vertical or horizontal rectangle, if the degrees is changed, for example, you are standing, you are in front of house, the house is showing 110 degrees. Your house is showing 110 degrees. East completely moves left side. Then your southeast is moves, northeast is moves. That is the reason. Don't say always, my entrance is northeast, I am sitting skipping in the southeast, I am sleeping southwest, my office in southwest. Don't say until expert says you are right place or not. It is a depend on length and width of the office or house or industry, and also depending on how many degrees this your roadside. Is it 90 degrees? Is it 100 degrees? 110 degrees? Each and every degree is considered when you want to find a direction. If you take 70 degrees, completely northeast is moved, southeast is moved. My friends, here you need to understand here. If I am taking a square, even that is directions are changed depending on degrees. If I take a rectangle, vertical or horizontal, you be completely changes directions. So I'm not creating any fear in you. Don't worry if you don't have problem. Don't worry if you don't have problem. Don't consult to any Vastu consultant if you don't have any problem. You don't consult any Vastu consultant if you don't have any problem. Please consider. If you have the problem, then only talk to the Vastu consultant. Now, what 16 directions will give you? I'll take yet 2 minutes more to explain. I was talking about what is a Vastu. It thinks how the elements, it comes from 5 elements, balancing of 5 elements. It is reported in the Veda Kalas, it is reported by Maharishis, and it is a Vastu Purusham controls and energies of 45 divine powers is controls. And also it is a 5 elements which is related to colors and it controls, and directions are 16. All 16 attributes works for our house or building, that works help us to stay living happily. Now, what are the directions? How it works for us? You need to understand. I'm starting from the northeast. Northeast is talk about clarity in mind. Whatever your mind clarity, it comes from the Northeast. East of Northeast, it gives fun and creation, recreation, fun and recreation. And East, it connect with the social association, maybe government, maybe bureaucrats, maybe licensings. And it come to East of Southeast, anxiety and churning. And Southeast, money and cash liquidity. How to manage your money, it comes from Southeast. And the power and confidence, you get it from the South of Southeast, between the Southeast and South. And South, it gives fame and relaxation. You will very comfortable if you sleep in the South. You get a sleep very fast because it gives very nice relaxation. There is another direction is a south of Southwest, which is between the Southwest and South, between the Southwest and South. This is called South of Southwest. It is a very bad zone. Whatever you do, you dispose out. Whatever you do here, you won't get a result because it's an area called disposal area. Whatever you perform here, you get a disposed out. Majority of office, they say that my office in Southwest. It by mistake it fall into the South of Southwest, your chair. They are your visitors are sitting with you in the meeting. Then whatever you put efforts, they will not get a realization because that you are falling into the South of Southwest, which is related to the disposal area. Then what is the disposal activity in your office or office industry and house? That is toilets, effluent plant, that is septic tank. Those can be allocated there. Immediately, if you go to the Southwest, it creates creativity and relationships. West of Southwest give the education and savings, and West give the profit and margins. Always I recommend my friends to sit at West, who is the owner of the company. He needs only profit and margin because he already invested. He maybe own money or loan money or whatever the money he invested in the industry and business. He need a profit. When he need a profit, he hire the people, next level people to run the business. You sit in the West, look for the East. Then all people work perfectly and give the profit and margin. Majority of knowledge people talk about owner can be sit in Southwest. Southwest, yes, owner, if he's a technical guy. If you are hiring the technical guy, let him sit at Southwest because where the Southwest you give the creativity and you give the relationships. Your technical person are in charge, in charge, or the team leader of the company or head of the company, manufacturing, the head of the manufacturing. If you sit at Southwest, you create very good creativity and he has a good relationship with all employees. That is advantage of the Southwest. The similar the Southwest. West is further look for the only profit and margin. You delegate your work to your employees, let them do, you will get a good business. And West of Northwest, if your people are sitting here with healthy, they will be depression. Already people are in the depression. If they sit here, they detoxify, they will be comfortable. It is an area very tactic area. If you spend time here, then more time you will be depression. You will be like a psychic. Or if you are already psychic, put him into there, you will be very comfortable. This is area called detoxifies, all create a depression. Another is Northwest, you get a support from banking and friends. North of Northwest, it house its sex and attraction. Office, it is attraction for the business. North, it creates money opportunity. You need a money, for that you need to do the business, for that you need to get opportunities. These opportunities create a more business create a more money. Created money at North, which is can be managed at Southeast to grow further. And North of Northeast is give health, immunity. If your health is good, everything is good. So North of Northeast is health. See, my friends, you understand here colors you can see, whatever the direction I'm talking, these are the represented colors for the directions. If you are using anti-colors, you are gone. That particular attribute is gone. For example, I can take a south. If you use a blue color, you won't get a relaxation. You thrust for the fame. You're always tied up with your work and office with the family. Similarly, if you put a north as orange or pink or yellow color, that's a gone. You have a lot of opportunity outside the system, but when you want to work with the people, they come very close to you, but that never convert into the business. You see the opportunities, but it never convert into the business. That colors also affect in your office house. Similarly, that works. Then when I talk about entrances, I'll take further for the entrances before going to the real business into that. People talk about Northeast is good entrance, East is good entrance, South is bad entrance, west is a bad entrance. First of all, entrances are 32 parts. Each of 32 parts, you need to identify how to make the 32 parts. If you take the vertical and horizontal rectangle, you cannot satisfy the entrance area of the entrance. So we need to go again 360 degrees divided by 11.25 degrees. You get a 32 parts. Then identify 32 parts of your office or building. Then look into which is the best entrance. The best entrance is always north, third part, fourth part, east, third part, fourth part, south, third and fourth, west, third and fourth. You don't worry, whatever the direction, you need to consider after dividing into the 32 parts, find it where is the part 3, part 4, you can have entrance, then you never face the problem. Other entrance will give lot of problems. Each entrance has its own problem because each entrance location has a divine power which create harmful to you if you are using wrong entrance. I take one example. If you take a northeast east part, if you walk through that, fire and accident your business or industry and losses your business, accidents in your family, that can be happen if entrance is there in the part 1 in the northeast. So you cannot have this. Similarly, it will be 32 stories about 32 entrances that can be only explained to students in the regular course. Then theory of right activities, right place, that what I was explaining. Now I can take again a minute. You know attributes, you know activities, what's supposed to be based on attribute given. For example, social association east. You need a government support, you need a bureaucrat support, you sit at east location. And you can have your administration office in east. Or your licensing person in the east. Then you will have the good connection with the government. The way you need to think about when you think about directions and activity. For example, if you have the office person sitting at east of southeast, he will always anxiety and you overthinks, you won't think properly, you think excess thinking also, you will not take fruitful results. If the person sitting at south of southwest, between south and southwest is a disposal area, you cannot do any work here. So then the person is sitting at north of northwest, the attraction area, he will be attracted, deviated from work, he will not do the work. So in office, in the house is a different story. The way we need to think when you do activities versus attribute of particular directions. If I go to the corporate Vastu, I can give very nice thing here. I start with the corporate Vastu. When you want to start a business, you are the new person, or you are already family in the business, which place is good for you? Which town is good for you? First, you need to think yourself. I'm in the Surat, can I go to Delhi? I'm in the Delhi, can I go to Vapi? I'm in Ahmedabad, can I go to Mumbai? I'm in the Bangalore, can I go to Hyderabad? To start my business, to start my branch, you need to start there first. Is it suitable for me or not? You need to use your name letter, first letter of your name versus first letter of the town you are going. Then you need to calculate where you understand is a good or bad, suitability or not. I'll take only one example here to explain. Just for a minute. I am opening chart, allowing chart. I am allowing chart. Then give the one person name and your town. Who can put fast? Then I can give the answer. Gaurav, Delhi. Good enough. Gaurav, your moon sign is a Capricorn. Sorry, your moon sign is Aquarius. Then Delhi, it comes into the Cancer. Aquarius, your moon sign. Delhi, you can see the Cancer. Town. Then what happened? Your business enemies are more, competition is more in the Delhi. You need to win against your enemies, means enemies not physical enemies, competitors in your business. That way you need to think. I can take another one more. I saw one more chart. Rajendran, Coimbatore. Mrudula, Delhi. I take Rajendran. Uh, don't post further, please, because I will give the time end of the meeting. I take the three. Mrudula, Delhi. Mrudula, you are into the Leo, and Delhi into the Cancer. It is a sick. You tired about. Sick means you are always tired if you do the business in the Delhi. But please do understand one thing here. Delhi is very big town. You need to calculate against where is the location of the Delhi. First to Delhi, then go to the next location where you work. Where is the place in the Delhi? Which area in the part of Delhi? Then let me know that. Then I can talk about you. I just open the chart for the two reasons. One is for the Gaurav, one is for the Mrudula. Post your location in the Delhi. Then I can give the next.
I'm in South Delhi.
No,
I'm
please.
doing business in South Delhi.
Please give the location, please. Please give the location name.
South Delhi.
Please, in the South Delhi is a big, almost equal to one country in Europe.
South X Part 1.
Okay. Okay. Right. Understand. So we need to see very carefully. So then you need to see Leo, South. It is also, you need to give the exactly location in the Delhi, which town location means street is a very big street. Give the street name. You need to compare. Simple. Go to your sign, moon sign. Go to the town moon sign. Compare with this chart. This chart will be shared after the meeting. Whoever is interested on your personal window. Okay. It gives. You calculate yourself. It gives. I'll take one more question. Rajendran Coimbatore.
Can you please repeat? I didn't understand how to see the moon sign. Can you please repeat?
Moon sign from your name. Gaurav, your G need to work with the G. G.
Where it is written G?
It will not return. You need to calculate. You need to take advice from the net or somewhere. G comes into the Aquarius. Your moon sign is Aquarius. Your moon sign into the Aquarius. Then you need to see the location, which part of Delhi you are that. Then calculate versus that first for the establishing the business. This one. Now I'll take a time. Now I'm going to the next slide. Which direction is suitable? Once you go there, when you purchase and rent a house or office, which direction your road is there? That is important. So don't people say that south is not good, west is not good. If Tamilian says that west is good, south people, some people say east is good, some north people say that. The different people say different way, but all directions are good always, but that should be suitable per person. Here I can take example. This chart gives, okay, I take a Gaurav, your G, Gaurav comes into the second part. You can see Kaka Ga. You can see the Gaurav here, Kaka Ga. You will be you can have your business into the north road. Your office should be north facing road. Or two roads, south road and east road, south and west road, north and east road. These are the four roads which are suitable when you do the business. Your office or industry, whatever you do, that is the four roads are suitable. If you want to talk about your house, I need to know your wife name. Then I can tell.
Arti.
Can you repeat?
Arti.
This is comes into the last. You can see Gaurav SH comes last. Then you have a suitable direction, only one southeast and northeast. Your house should be southeast or northeast, then you will be successful family. The way you need to calculate with versus two names, wife and husband. If you talk about family, wife and husband, you talk about business, you talk about who is the business owner, you need to consider which direction your office or house, which place is a different story. Now I can talk about business suggestions. If you take a north, I was talking about North gives the money and opportunities. What you supposed to do there? Directors, marketing, sourcing, store, client information. That is suitable at North. And North of Northeast, it gives immunity and health. I was telling health is wealth. Wealth starts from your employment. First, initially, wealth starts from your client. Who enter the office, they can sit in the waiting area. Your HR, PR, reception can be in the North of Northeast. Northeast is a clarity in mind. Whatever you do, it should be very clear in your mind. Where planning team, HR team, reception, waiting area. Then East of North is fun and entertainment. No office work at North, East of Northeast, your employees will enjoy and go. But here, waiting area is good and PR is good. Now, no employee can be East of Northeast. East, it works with a social association where admin, HR, sales team, and reception. And East of Southeast is a churning area. Churning area, never put any employee there. He will not work properly. Unnecessarily shout at him. He will leave the company. He's a good person. No employee is a bad person. Everybody is a good person. How to allocate is a job description based place. What is the job he's doing? Where you can accommodate, the way you need to accommodate to get a best results. It is a science which I practiced 20 years as while working in the companies, and I practiced 30 plus for 30 years as a research and practice and apply. From that, I am just talking now. It is not from just like that. These are the principles, are there basic principle in our ancient science, but I'm trying to apply an advanced requirement. And Southeast, fire and cash. Where fire cash comes from, accounts, there can have the pantry and kitchen, and accounts department can be have, finance department can be have here. And the power and conference come from South of Southeast, where accounts, pantry, and meeting rooms. Why meeting rooms? You need to create good confidence on your team, where South of Southeast works for you. Then South, relax and fame. You have everything, but your name should be grow in your business. So marketing team, sales team, finance team, accounts, accounting team, and dining is a good place at South. South of Southwest, expenditure and disposal. Don't do any activity, put a toilet or waste storage. And Southwest, relationships and skill. Who is the managing director, CEO, director, R&D, and production head. And West of Southwest, banking documents, good for the directors' cabins. And West, profit margins, and you can sit MD, CEO, or management persons are important documents. West, always owner who invested money can be sit here. West of Northwest, no employee, it can be only toilets or waste storage. And Northwest, good for the accounts, coordination team, key managers, and client meetings. And North of Northwest is very attraction, affection area, cafeteria, marketing team, materials, and sample display. Here, if you put a marketing materials and sample display, you will be that material attracted by your clients. The way you need to accommodate your office. If you take a responsibility in the any company, we have the responsibilities, owners. West, and you can see east, west sitting, and you need to find a place, location to when you sit it, and also you need to sit place, location where you to face. Facing also important. Finding the owner's location is the west, and you can see the east. Sea level, CEO, CFO, CTO, COO, or CMO, chief manufacturing, chief production, or chief operational, chief executive, whatever the C level means. After MD, next level is the C level. They can sit west or southwest. They can see east or north. Receptionist always northeast, east, or east of northeast. And operations always west or east. Administration east or west. HR northeast or north or east. Sales team east. Marketing team south. Why marketing team south? Sales teams, marketing teams south or north with the best to work with the people. Because north is the opportunity. Person sitting in the marketing south look towards north to grab business. And accounts always southeast because they manage the money. Finance west is good, R&D team north is good, process team north is good, PR team northeast or north of northeast, planning team always northeast, production team always southwest, quality team southwest, northwest, and northeast. The way you need to identify, if you don't apply things what you do at home, Home is very different culture, different purpose, office is different. In the commercial Vastu, my friends, you need to understand each purpose Vastu changes. For example, I'll take one example here. Office. Office, the business person has a different type of businesses. He runs from the corporate office. He has all the designations or employees allocated or delegated to the people. You need to arrange the people according to what their delegation, that office works. If you go to the industry has a manufacturing, no office, only site office. What is the manufacturing happening, how the workflow is happening, what are the raw material, what is the semi-finished material, what are the effluent is going on, where is the fresh water, what is the raw water, what is the, see what hundreds of variety of activities in the industry that cannot be applied as you do or others. It is a very different workflow for industry. Go to the hospital quite different in Vastu. The reason, any business, people expect retention of the clients, but hospital, they won't expect retention of the clients. Hospital accept referring the client, referred from the clients. One client or patient come to the hospital, he should recover and go and tell outside, this is a good hospital, this is a good doctor. If you go to the hotel retention is important. The client has to come and take a dinner or lunch, stay there. He will be coming regularly along with his friends and family. Hospital is not such a that. Hospital retention is not required. Only referring and leads generation is important in the hospital. So we need to design such a way that. And you go to the and hotels and restaurants. Please, friends, it is a different again. Hotels, stay, hospitality, room ambience, conference ambience, and auditorium ambience is main important in the hotel, and lounge is important in the hotel. But the restaurant is very different from the hotel. Restaurant people, the temporary, they come and have a dinner or lunch, snacks, and go back. So we need to attract the people, walk-ins, more retention in the restaurant, give the more business. When the colors make lot of impact in the restaurants, the reason the person is coming for a la carte or buffet dinner. A la carte, then we need to design the different way, because the person has to come and sit, he will enjoy with the dry items, dry food, dry items, starters, where hotelier make the more money. And if you put a buffet, you will be enjoying with the liquid food more, where you will not consume the more solid food, then hotelier will be enjoyed. See here, we are not cheating anything. You are a client, I am a consultant for the restaurant, where my client should be happy. But his client is the person who is coming for the dinner or lunch. See, if he's coming from the buffet, he will take very liquids more and starters, welcome drinks more. He will don't consume more starters or more food. But there my client is happy, and his client of the also happy, because he's very good food. But my client estimation, he has to take solid food is less. Then we need to design the restaurant that way. How to attract, where is the counter? It is very important, color ambience, lighting ambience in the restaurants when you design to grow the business. As a consultant, I do this. As an interior designer, they do aesthetics more. They don't want about their business. They want a aesthetics and design in the restaurants and hotels, they go away. They don't look what they are doing, how their business. But what I look into my clients in the restaurants, I'll follow up how the business is going, how the retention of the clients, how this is growing the business. Every month I follow up with my clients. Otherwise, I do something changes to get a more clients. If you interior designer, you uses his skills to design, but if you add value from the Vastu, then you will be perfect designer. Then, and shops are quite different. And a commercial buildings, it is a combination of the different businesses. Again, it's a very different combination of the different businesses. When you design, we need to design basic amenities in the commercial buildings to attract by the clients for every business. That is important in the commercial. Education institutions, again, it is a different. Education institute, why it is a different again? Students have to study well and refer. No student ready to retention. It's not institute to retain. It is institute to referring the business from the students or parents. Banks and marriage halls, this is a completely different. This I'll share with you. When you go for the meeting, particular day, don't go particular direction, go particular direction, do the color, if the different colors for your dress appearance should be, your dress colors should be always based on the day where you are going. You will be best deals, you will success in the deals. My chapter, capital chapter, 60 to 70% of my chapter members follow this. They are very happy when they go for the deals for their businesses. I'll share online whoever is interested on this information. The way I do this corporate office, I divide into the 16 divisions. I'll allocate based on the uh, job description where who can be sitting. This I designed one of my Chennai client corporate office. Then supporting interior designer architect, they do the internal work. I only provide allocation using AutoCAD. I do on AutoCAD only for when I do work for my clients. Just I'm showing example. I divide into the 32 divisions, each and every office. I'll see how the entrance is there, where are you working, how are allocating this work or job that I'll take for the explanation. So this way I work with you. I'm stopping here. Before stopping, you can refer me as a, I can teach the same information in the 60 hours in detail. 60 hours, you are listening rightly, 60 hours course in detail with experiments and practical experience in the 3 days, 6 days, every day, 10 hours plus 2 hours practice. Almost 60 to 72 hours I teach to my students. There is a January 21st to January 26th program in the Hyderabad. It is conducted in the resorts by taking all COVID norms, taking care. That what I teach to the people. Now I allow to for the questions.